A'udzubillahiminasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone, especially to my lovely mentor, Madam Madiha. Today, I'm going to present about the conservation, heritage trial, which is Kelly's Castle. My name is Adam Zikry bin Basrisam, S62445, and we'll begin our presentation right now. All right, these are the contents that we will be digging out today, which is what and where is Kelly's Castle, who's William Kelly Smith, William's Mansion, a tragic end, the mystery and horror, and the cursed. Okay, this is the proof where I went to Kelly's Castle, the Mycitra. So why I chose Kelly's Castle? Well, Kelly's Castle is the place in Perak, in Ipoh, Perak, Batu Gajah, actually. So this is the place where my childhood I always went there with my friends, and I was always went there with my cousins. So we hang out there and take some photos and make some memories. So it's a really, really quite a good place actually to create some memories with people you love. That's why I chose Kelly's Castle. But there are some like interesting history about Kelly's Castle that I really, really like. And in this presentation, I will explain and I will make you amazed about the history of Kelly's Castle. Let's find out. So first, what and where is the Kelly's Castle? Kelly's Castle in Perak's Batu Gajah near Ipoh combines romance, tragedy, and mystery. Young Scotsman William Kelly Smith moved to British Malaya, now known as Malaysia, made and lost his fortune, and left an unfinished mansion to be reclaimed by the jungle. Well, who is William Kelly Smith? So let's find out. Introducing William Kelly Smith. He made the decision to leave Scotland and pursue his fortune abroad at the early age of 21st. After moving to Malaya, William worked as a civil engineer and contributed to the construction of the roads in Batu Gajah, a town close to Ipoh, which is my city where I'm from. William's future was grim at best, following a string of poor luck with failing businesses and the declining coffee sector. Well, but because of his investment in rubber plantations, William swiftly reached the pinnacle of wealth. Due to his mother's failing health, William had have no choice but had to return to Scotland quickly. This trip had a happy outcome. Why? Because he met Agnes, the woman who would become his wife. He made the decision to construct his wife a mansion back in Malaya. So the Kelly's Castle is a mansion where it's for his wife actually, it's not for him. So but it's under the name of William Kelly Smith. This is a video where I went to Kelly's Castle. You can look the construction. It's really old actually. Very history. It's like a historic building. So let's find out about William's mansion. So what's a William's mansion actually? So let's find out. William's mansion. Okay, William loved the strange and extraordinary, multiple styles of combined in Kelly's Castle. You may discern Roman, Indo-Saracenic, Moorish influences if you look closely. He brought in bricks, marble, and number of Tamil laborers from India. William dreamed to spite the other snooty bureaucrats who had formerly questioned his money and skills in more dire circumstances. He desired the largest and most lavish residence in Malaya, and he had big dreams. The mansion itself had multiple levels and a sizable plant tower, a tennis court inside, and even a party area on the roof. It nearly contained Malaya's first elevator. Almost, but William's fate was not to be, and his life once more changed dramatically. So this is the picture where I took on the back side of the mansion, the Kelly's Castle. Well, if any of you went to Kelly's Castle, you may know that there's a site where it's unfinished. So this is the site. So this is another video. So this is the mansion. Those are the ruang tamu. Those are the living room. So this is where the beauty of the construction we can see because it's already finished. But the other side it's not quite finished, so we may not see the beauty of the construction of William Kelly Smith. So now we are going to learn, okay, why everything goes to an end, why the Kelly's Castle seems to be unfinished until now, why the construction not going to carry on. So this is a tragic end of William Kelly's myth, and let's find out. What's the tragedy? What really happened to William Kelly Smith? And what really happened to Kelly's Castle? So his bad luck culminated in 1926. On a routine trip back to Europe to collect his elevator, William Kelly Smith contracted with pneumonia. He died suddenly at the age of 56 in Lisbon, leaving the mansion to his wife and his children. Understandably, the grief-stricken family didn't want to return to Malaya. The Kelly estate was sold to a Liverpool-based trading company to grow coffee and tea. The new owners didn't waste their money on completing the mansion. Instead, Kelly's castle stood neglected and derelict. The jungle soon surrounded and swallowed it. The unfinished Kelly's castle became lost in time, and he's back. Next, we'll learn about the kind of a scary stuff actually, but this is really a true story about mystery and horror of Kelly's castle. Now, this is the mystery of Kelly's Castle. Kelly's Castle is shrouded in mystery throughout the history. Why? This is because three secret tunnels were discovered with more believed to be hidden. According to the eyewitnesses, a car was parked inside one of the passageways in the 1960s, but nothing was ever found or verified as to who the car belonged to. Other rumors tell of the Japanese using the premises to torture and later execute prisoners. So during the invasion of the Japanese people in Malaysia, during the World War, the Japanese people used the Kelly's Castle as a execution platform to those who betray them, to those who object them, and to those who fight them. So this is a very kind of a spooky place actually throughout history because lots of people die here and lots of things that not making any sense here happen. So it's a very historic place and it's a very scary place. Now we'll jump into the horror. After rediscovery of Kelly's Castle, spooky tales with hints of the supernatural merge. A couple who visited to photograph nocturnal animals reported seeing ghostly figures in the window. Others say William's spirit restlessly roams the second floor of the corridor. Look carefully in his daughter's room, and her spirit in white blouse with curly hair might appear, or just stand still in a quiet room and get the sense of uneasiness. But William died in Lisbon and was buried in the British cemetery anyway. His wife and children, who probably remember a little of a mansion anyway, never returned, never ever returned to the mansion. It's weird, isn't it? So this is another video of me being in California. So this is the ground floor actually. Well, you can see the living room there, and this is the where the hall. The hall is unfinished actually, the ground floor. And you can see if you were there and it's at night, it's really spooky and it's very scary because there's no light there and everyone's here looking at the information and those are the banners about who is William Kelly Smith and what is Kelly's Castle, where it's come from, what's the scary stuff that happened here, what's the mystery stuff that happened here. So I read all those things. It took me like an hour and a half to finish everything and go around all around the Palace Castle and such. So this is a very spooky place when it gets dark. So even the guard says that uh they are not recommended for people to come here after Maghrib and such. So it's a very scary place actually. Now we'll jump into the last subtopic, which is the curse of Kelly's Castle. What are the curse that people talk about? What are the curse that become the rumor? Is it the rumor? Is it a really true stuff? Let's find out. The curse: while constructing Kelly's Castle, several thousand workmen perished from the Spanish flu. Furthermore, we are unsure of it and how many Japanese citizens were cruelly slain. Their ghosts should still be present inside eerie halls. Is this rumor or hoopla only a tourism purposes, or is Kelly's Castle involved in something else? Nobody can be certain. So this is my last video of Kelly's Castle. So you can see it's very high ground. Actually, this is the party area where I talk about, but it's unfinished. So it's all just a roof, a normal roof. So there are lots of tourists here, and people love to see the historic building, historic construction, many kinds of styles, and the scenery and such. So this is a very very good place to make a documentary or something. Okay, so I chose this place because it means so much to me, and uh, of course it has a very very good history and mystery and such. I love history stuff. I like history stuff. So this is a very very good example to make a project with. So this is my family down there. They're waiting for me actually up there. That is my dad. So it took me like it took me like an hour and a half to make this to go around to went around the Palace Castle and make some sources for this project, and there is some family down there waiting for me. So this is the end of my presentation. So thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much to my lovely mentor, Madam Aliha, to becoming my mentor all throughout the semester. And she's very helpful in every way, and I appreciate so much about whatever she's done for me. And thank you very much. Assalamualaikum. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته, and a very good day to everyone. Today I'm going to present about Mycitra Appreciation of Nature and Marine Heritage MPU 3312. My name is Adam Zikry bin Basrisam S62445, and we'll begin our presentation today. Well, there are five elements of Mycitra that we are being recommended, and we have to choose three. And this is the three elements of my choice, which is first spirituality, the second entrepreneurship, and the last is communication. So each of the elements must be done with two activities. So let's find out what kind of activities that I have done for these three elements. So there are three elements that I chose. So there must be six activities that I had done throughout the semester. So let's find out what kind of activities based on the three elements that I had done throughout the semester. Let's find out. So first element will jump into spirituality. So what kind of activities that I have done throughout the semester for this element? Let's find out. First of all, we have Kuliah Maghrib Perdana, which is this session gave me an approach regarding the beauty and importance of practicing the Sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and its benefit. Next, this is the verification and implementation of this program, which is two forms, which is JKB001 and JKB002, with all the signatures from my mentor. And this is the second activity for spirituality, which is the same, Kuliah Maghrib Perdana, but in different topic. This session shows that what are the characteristics of the youth, of the desire for heaven that should be cultivated in all people. So this is the verification and implementation for this activity, JKB001 and JKB002 for the Kuliah Maghrib Perdana. So we will jump into the second element, which is the communication. So what's the activity that I have done for communication? Let's find out. First of all, job research, success, and strategies. This session provides enlightenment to graduates on marketability as well as ways to get jobs and careers in the future. This is a talk where we can find out what's the requirement for us as a fresh graduate to get a job one day. So this is the verification and implementation as always with all the signatures. And second, environmental e-speech competition. I gave a talk about climate change, which plays a big role in the changes in our environment, and I got third place in this competition. And this is the verification and implementation of this activity throughout the semester. All right, the last activity and the last element is the entrepreneurship. So the first activity for this element is be your own boss. This activity gain exposure to the challenges and characteristics that should be cultivated in order to become a charismatic and highly acclaimed entrepreneur. This is a verification and implementation of this activity. All right, this is the last activity of Mycitra for entrepreneurship, which is memupuk minda keusahawanan wanita. This makes us research and understand the challenges as a woman in becoming a successful entrepreneur. And this is my verification and implementation, also the signature of my mentor for every activity. So this is the situation where I joined the activity. This is the be your own boss. During the activity, I learned about few things about how to survive in a career and such. And this is the keusahaan dan wanita one. So there's lots of things that I learned about the challenges and what's the um, what's the benefits of becoming a woman actually in in becoming an entrepreneur. So that's all for me. Thank you very much.